10 News begins right now with breaking news.
Right to that breaking news tonight, where we continue to follow the latest on this condo building collapse.
Right now, we've learned 99 people are missing. One person is dead, 10 are hurt, and the search for survivors is underway. These videos and images out of Surfside, Florida show unbelievable destruction. But the governor of Florida says these images don't do justice to just how traumatic this is.
Tonight, reporter Lucy Bustamante shows us how the community is stepping in to help.
A security camera caught the moment that part of a Surfside, Florida condominium building came crashing down, collapsing into a pile of rubble. It happened around 1:30 in the morning.
I was about a block away, felt the ground shake, and I heard, what sounded like thunder.
Nicholas Balboa ran to the pile of twisted metal and all of the crushed concrete, and using his iPhone flashlight, he spotted a young boy trapped in the debris.
He was sticking his arm up through the rubble, trying to see if he could, be seen. So he was saying, "Can you see me? Can you see me? Please help."
Search and rescue teams converged on the scene and were able to pull the boy out after more than half an hour. The collapse damaged or destroyed around 70 apartments, about 80 more no longer safe to live in. Rescuers are racing against time using dogs, drones, and listening devices, hoping that some of the missing are still alive in between the collapsed floors.
They have years of experience in this type of operation, and they are doing everything they possibly can do.
The Miami-Dade Police Department says 99 people are unaccounted for, but cannot confirm those people inside the building at the time.
I'm encouraging people to remain hopeful. We have seen it in man-made and natural disasters where we have found people in a pocket area hours later, days later.
The Champlain Towers complex is 40 years old, and officials say it was undergoing a safety inspection. An inspector reportedly visited the site Wednesday.
I was told he was on that roof yesterday. So what happened today, it's going to take a lot of investigating to find out, but we are going to get to the bottom of it because residents need to know.
As the search for victims continues, the search for answers is just beginning. We've also learned that there are people from all over the world that have been staying in this building you see behind me. We know that this is not just an international tourist town, but very much a locals town of people that had bought units in that building that were also vacationing. In Surfside, Florida, Lucy Bustamante, NBC News.
As we told you at 5:30, NBC News anchor Lester Holt will be live in Florida for nightly news with the very latest on the rescue mission. You can count on 10 News to have the latest information coming up at 7 and 10 News at 11, as well as on our website, WSLS.com.
Closer to home, a community overcome with grief from Roanoke's recent gun violence is banding together to bring positive change. 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett talked with the grassroots group Fed Up today. She joins us live in Roanoke. Lindsay, how are they honoring the victims of the deadly violence?
This group is fed up with gun violence in the Star City, and this weekend they're doing something about it by giving an outlet for families who've lost loved ones to remember them.
It's sad. It's frightening. I think we're all at a loss as to what to do.
A community shattered by recent shootings in the Star City.
It's senseless. When you take somebody's life, you're not only taking that person's life, you're affecting their family, you're affecting your family.
Sisters Renee Taylor and Tracy Penn know that pain firsthand. Both their father and brother were shot and killed in Roanoke. Both cases still unsolved.
They left a legacy, and they will never be forgotten.
Every time there's a shooting, Penn lives through her pain all over again.
Anytime anybody is shot or killed, I go through all of these emotions. I go through the emotions of the family, what I went through before. I start reliving my past all over again.
Fed up with the gun violence happening in their community, they formed the group Fed Up. Families expecting deliverance using prayer to offer support, financial assistance, and resources to Roanoke families who've lost loved ones to gun violence.
We understand that trauma begets trauma, and if you don't deal with it, then it's just going to be a continuous cycle.
Saturday, they're hosting a free prayer breakfast for the community, honoring the victims who've been shot and killed since January of 2020, but also remembering those who died long before.
They are loved, they're supported, that we're here for them, and that we understand what they're going through.
Bringing people together in love, not fear.
The city has a sense of hopelessness, and we want to combat that. You know, there is hope. You know, there is life at the end of this.
The event runs from 10 to noon this Saturday outside the Goodwill Youth HQ here on Melrose Avenue, and it's open to the public. Reporting live in Roanoke, I'm Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.
Now to Lynchburg, where the Hill City is also working to address its gun violence. Here is a live look from a community forum at the Jubilee Center that's happening right now. Tonight's event comes after a deadly shooting last Monday at a Family Dollar. City leaders say it will take outreach to the community to curb the violence. Lynchburg police are also trying to build trust through transparency with a new website. It includes tools to engage with the community and shows police policies, ways to commend an employee or file a complaint, as well as crime statistics. The new site does not have an interactive map or breakdown of crime in specific neighborhoods. We asked Chief Ryan Zudema about that. He says he hopes to add that in the future.
What we also need to do, though, is make sure we're respecting people's privacy, right? If there's, for example, a rape or a domestic assault, we don't want to put the specific address that took place at. So we'll have to somewhat anonymize the data or generalize the data. So maybe you're looking at it happened in this block range versus it happened at this specific house.
You can find the link on our website, WSLS.com.
Roanoke is putting off its plans for a Marriott hotel and a 500-space parking garage downtown. The city would have paid more than $2 million to buy the parking lot to build at the site of Williamson Road and Church Avenue, but Roanoke and the hotel's developer agreed to terminate the deal. The economic development director says both parties want to wait to see how the market recovers from the pandemic, but Roanoke is committed to bringing another hotel downtown.
You want to be prudent with the city's resources and with taxpayer money. So we just felt like it was good to take a pause and then come back and revisit at a later date.
He's confident the city will make a comeback, but he says this is the smart decision to save money where they can. A Roanoke-based developer is taking his talents to Martinsville to convert the former medical school building. City Council approved a project that would offer 11 commercial spaces and 26 apartments. The commercial spots would be low rent to encourage more small businesses.
I don't want to leave town, go back to Roanoke with someone thinking that I just came here to make money and disregard what the community says they want.
The apartments would range from about $700 to $850 a month. There will also be spaces for hobbyists.
Switching over to your forecast, another beautiful day out there. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowitz joins us now. Jeff, there could be a bit of a change soon.
There will be. We're looking at more warmth, more humidity, and a higher chance for some hit or miss thunder showers as we head into this upcoming weekend. But until then, enjoy this nice weather. The weather will cooperate for this. The last in the series of supermoon debuts tonight. It's called the Strawberry Moon. What is a supermoon? Well, it's a full moon at perigee, which means it's the closest point to Earth in orbit. And yes, these supermoons may appear to be a little bit bigger and a little bit brighter than most other full moons. So enjoy that sight tonight. The radar showing that although we had some clouds earlier today, we've been dry. Now we're seeing more sunshine. We're going to stay dry here tonight. Your hourly planner showing temperatures this evening starting at 7 o'clock, upper 70s, falling into the upper 60s by around 10. A very pleasant evening to do anything you want outside, whether it's going to the Red Sox game or just grilling out in your backyard. Friday planner showing temperatures starting out upper 50s, lower 60s, highs in the low to mid 80s. A tad warmer tomorrow, a tad more humid tomorrow, but we're still dry for the most part. A stray shower or thunder shower can't be ruled out towards south side. Otherwise, tomorrow we're partly sunny. John, Brittany.
A summer to make up for learning loss, the popular program to fill the gaps caused by a year of virtual learning.
And we're working for you, taking your top questions about the upcoming marijuana legalization right to the experts. Well, the school year may be over, but some Roanoke students are still learning. The city started its summer enrichment program, RCPS Plus, this week with the goal of closing some of those learning gaps. Educators want to use the summer to make sure that students are ready for the fall after that year of virtual learning. There are nearly 3,000 elementary students participating, as well as middle and high school students.
We are super excited that we are now seeing students Monday through Friday. But we've designed a program to try to look at the learning loss and trying to make sure that we get our students prepared for this coming up school year.
During the next 6 weeks, students will focus on reading enrichment, math, science, and the arts.
These are your 2021 Danville Youth Police Department Academy graduates. For the past 3 weeks, these students have taken part in a full training. They've learned what it's like to be an officer and build connections with those on the force. Department Chief Scott Booth and other officers were on hand to fist bump and celebrate the kids' accomplishments.
The upcoming legalization of marijuana comes with a lot of changes. We're working for you to break down the answers to some of the most commonly asked questions before July 1st.
And our string of nice days continued into today. Yes, we had some clouds this morning, but by the afternoon, we certainly saw more sunshine, and it is a beautiful sight right now here at the Roanoke-Blacksburg Regional Airport. We'll let you know when rain chances increase coming up.
There's less than a week until marijuana becomes legal in Virginia, and that's left many of you with questions on everything from who's allowed to have it to where you are allowed to use it.
Tonight, we're working for you to answer those questions. 10 News reporter Andy Schroeder went straight to the experts.
Through Ask 10, we want to make sure all your questions about the upcoming legalization of marijuana here in Virginia get answered. We're working for you to talk to local experts to break down everything you need to know about this upcoming change.
One of the most commonly asked questions we were asked was, are you safe to consume marijuana in your home?
Adults that are 21 years of age or older will be able to consume in their own residence. However, nothing is in this legislation that would prohibit the owner of a private residence from restricting marijuana use on its present premises. So that would really be any kind of landlord or leasing agency, things like that. They're going to be able to curb whatever they want to curb on their premises.
If you have any questions about the upcoming legalization of marijuana here in the Commonwealth that you would like us to get answers to, you can head over to WSLS.com and look for the Ask 10 tab. In the newsroom tonight, Annie Schroeder, 10 News, working for you.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Your regional satellite and radar composite showing that for us we're incredibly dry. We're seeing a beautiful end to what was yet another very nice day, but to the west, that's where you see a cold front. That's where we have rain, thunderstorms, and additional cloud cover. It's going to take its good old time getting here, probably not going to arrive until the weekend. So overall, we've got another pretty nice day for tomorrow. Clouds are going to build a little bit tonight, though. You need to know that. And tomorrow's going to have more clouds than what we have outside right now. We'll call tomorrow partly sunny. It looks like tomorrow we're dry in the morning, late in the day. Say after about 4 o'clock, we may start to see a few showers or thunderstorms working their way in towards south side locations. So for instance, tomorrow, you folks in Charlotte Courthouse, South Boston, Appomattox, and Danville may have a better chance for rain than say Wytheville, Pulaski, and Blacksburg. Any rain that we have tomorrow late afternoon and tomorrow evening will likely come to an end. However, we're going to have a little disturbance that will be with us on Saturday. What that will do is provide us partly to mostly cloudy skies to start the weekend, and there will also be a few showers possible in the morning with a few thunder showers possible later in the day. But you need to know, on Friday and on Saturday, more of us will stay dry than get wet, but the rain chances are slowly but surely starting to ramp up just a little bit. So as we look at your weekend planner, tomorrow no weather worries unless you're across south side where you may want to keep an eye to the sky around dinner time. Isolated showers, maybe even a stray storm on Saturday, a few more mainly afternoon and early evening thunder showers possible on Sunday. So over the weekend, keep your eye to the sky, have your local weather authority weather app in the palm of your hand, but you need to know I would not cancel any outdoor plans just yet. Keep your eye to the sky and be vigilant. Temperatures right now lower 70s out across the New River Valley and Mountain Empire. Your 74 in Roanoke, also in Martinsville. 78 is your temperature in Lynchburg and also into Danville. Now, as we show you, while it's nice and comfortable here, it's a polar opposite towards the Pacific Northwest. Look at this. Historic heat in Seattle, Washington, Sunday and Monday. Forecast high near 100 degrees. Average highs at this time of year in the 70s. So Seattle's actually going to feel more like the desert, like Las Vegas here as we head into the weekend and early next week. It's crazy out into the Pacific Northwest right now as far as the heat is concerned. Tonight, 50 to 56 for overnight lows, just feeling great. A touch warmer tomorrow with a little more additional cloud cover. Mix of clouds and sunshine tomorrow. Highs of the mountains 70s and lower 80s. Outside the mountains low to mid 80s. Your extended forecast showing that the heat is on. Late this weekend, upper 80s to near 90. Lower 90s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Mid to upper 80s next Thursday. Rain chances ramp up a little bit, but not one day. Looks to be a washout by any means. Abby.
All right, Jeff, UVA is back to work tonight at the College World Series, and we'll hear from the state finals bound EC Glass lacrosse team on their perennial power status. Sports is next. We've got 6 area high school teams in state finals this weekend, but just one of those is in lacrosse. Eric Johnson looks in on the Hilltoppers' quest for state gold.
I think culture is everything. We try to take a lot of time and do some team building stuff.
Those off-the-field efforts have yielded rich results between the lines for EC Glass, who will be making its 4th consecutive appearance in the Class 4 state championship.
It's really special. I think everyone on the team has really been, their one goal has been to make it here.
We've all been building together. We've worked together. We've been learning these new things as a team.
Well, the saying typically goes that there's strength in numbers, but EC Glass went from 16 seniors in 2019 to just 2 this season. But as Coach Vanuska explains, it's not always about having depth, but rather having the heart of champions.
And that's something that's really special this year with this group is like they will do anything for each other. They leave it on the field, and it's just been a pleasure to be a part of something so special.
The program has not only leaned on its 2 seniors in Woody Carrington and Sammy Hamilton, but also their older brothers who were part of the 21-0 team that also captured the state title back in 2018.
We've had a bunch of those guys come back, drop in for a practice. We did like one alumni game one Saturday, so yeah, it's been awesome.
We've been hoping to build up these younger guys and build up their confidence mainly, and that's really helped us to move forward a lot better.
Moving forward with another opportunity to hoist the state championship trophy at home Saturday when a familiar opponent in Dominion comes to the Hill City for a 10:30 face-off.
We're looking forward to it. We're excited. Definitely going to be a great match, a great rivalry game.
Eric Johnson, 10 Sports.
Thank you, Eric. Drew Barrett is your new AD at Salem High School. Suns Clippers Game 3 tonight. Hang on. And Keve Aluma via Twitter tells us he is returning to the Hokies, wants to run it back.
NBC Nightly News coming up next.
We will see you back here at 7.